and welcome everyone. And the topic of my training is effective communication skills. Well, communication, it's all around us. In our profession and our personal life, communication is very important. The objective of our training of effective communication skills is going to be mainly we'll first understand what communication exactly is for us, what comes to our mind when we think about the word communication. Also, the process. Communication can be considered as process because in communication, more than one person is involved. So, it can take place between two people or more than two people. Well, it is not only limited to talking anymore when we consider communication skills. It also has many other aspects which has equal importance, such as listening, effective and active listening, articulate speaking skills, body language, which is a non-verbal type of communication. We will be discussing that later on in detail. Feedback, which is very much important element in communication because that is the one element which ensures that the message has been transferred effectively and understood effectively. Also, we'll try to identify few barriers or the drawbacks which comes into picture when we talk about communication. What all drawbacks could be there that can be overcome? We'll be discussing few tips also to improve our verbal as well as non-verbal communication skills. Well, what is communication? It could be interaction, it could be a conversation between two or more people, it could be talking, listening. There are innumerable definitions of communication. We can say communication is the transformation of some idea or some feeling between a sender and a receiver. There could be more than one receiver in this case. Well, communication cannot be considered as a very mysterious process. It is not very complex to understand. Basically, whatever thought comes to mind of the person who has to transfer the idea, if that thought is getting delivered effectively and logically to another person, then we can say that the communication is complete, it is coherent, it is intact. So basically, it is not very mysterious. It takes place when the ideas from your mind are transferred to another's and arrive intact, complete, and coherent. Let's discuss this process a bit in detail. You must have seen this chart a lot of times in the studies of communication. In this process, mainly there are two parties involved. One is the sender, and the other party is the receiver. What happens when the communication process starts? Well, first there is an idea or there is some thought that is being conceived, that is born in the mind of the sender. Then the sender has the responsibility of first encode this message. When we say encoding the message, it is all about managing the thought process together. Basically, we need to put our thoughts together.